Good morning, Southwest Florida, and thank you for joining us here on Off Script. This is our video podcast. It airs Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. You can catch it on YouTube and on Facebook and all these other things we're working out, but definitely on our website and our app. I'm Shari Armstrong, and I'm joined by the lovely
Amy Wegman.
Oh, yeah, straight from Cape Coral. Come on down. Oh, yeah.
I went to Cape High, Seahawks.
Oh, yeah, girl.
Seahawks.
Oh, yeah. I love it. Listen, we are probably a little hype and, like kind of riding this wave because we've kind of had a tough morning.
We had a really tough morning. Not nearly as tough as the people that we were covering.
Right.
It's been one of those mornings where, like, you're, sometimes you're just in work mode and things are happening and you're, like, going through the news of the day, but this one hits hard because we both have tweens in our life. Mm-hmm. A 14-year-old boy was killed today on his bicycle. Just literally, like, when I heard that this morning, because we didn't know right away. We were already there. And, like, pit in my stomach.
Absolutely.
Pit in my stomach.
Yeah. What you just said we didn't know is part of the process, right? Unfortunately, we have a lot of, like, car crashes, including bicyclists, pedestrians. And so when we hear those reports, we're like, all right, here we go. We go into work mode. But there is something about learning that as a child. Yep. And then we saw the family on scene today. Every time we went back to the shot, you could see more and more family coming out, and you could see it must be a mom or a very close loved one just in shambles
and probably still in shock, not even really digesting it. Like, you don't digest that in that moment. Yeah. It's not until hours, days later when the gravity of the situation really sinks in.
His bike, was on the ground, and you could see, like, one of his Crocs. And, the driver in the situation did stay on scene.
Stayed on scene. Yeah. So it happened really early, around 5 o'clock in the morning. So it was still dark out.
Right.
And it's on that area of Palm Beach Boulevard where if you ever drive on Palm Beach Boulevard, there are a lot of bicyclists, a lot of pedestrians. Yeah. And so you just hate to hear this for this family because their life is forever changed. Mm-hmm. Just from, like, one morning he, according to his uncle, was headed from his grandmother's house to his mom's house. I'm sure he was going to get ready for school or something.
Yep.
And now he's gone. And so it's just like, the driver did the right thing, stayed on the scene. Mm-hmm. You never want to leave, no matter what you hit. Person, another car, a bike, you don't leave because then that changes things big time for you. So he did the right thing. He stayed. And they're still investigating.
Yeah.
It's just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Hate that for that family.
Yeah. So that's what we were covering this morning. Our senior reporter, Emily Young, was on scene. And I know between the two of you guys have just, and Trent, we have to give Trent credit.
Yes, Trent too.
The three of you guys just working to bring updates. So just shout outs to that family. We're thinking of you. We felt that in the newsroom.
I know.
And as a community, we just... we're sending our condolences and just thinking about that little boy.
Yeah, and I think because I have a 13-year-old, it, like, I put myself in their shoes. Yeah. So, it's just horrible. We are also live on Facebook this morning. I would just like to say, what's up to our Facebook friends?
Facebook. This is our first time on Facebook. So welcome to the Off Script podcast. I'm Amy Wegman.
I'm Shari Armstrong. My friends sometimes will be like, wait, you have a podcast? What do you, like, I want to see it. What do you talk about?
Tell your friends to come to Facebook because we're here, baby.
Here we are.
We're live Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 10 a.m.
In my George Washington sweatshirt.
Yeah. I mean, well, that's the point. Like, this is an opportunity for us to be us, like, completely.
Do you wear, like, Calvin Klein dressy clothes all the time?
I feel like, at this point in my life, I feel like I'm always in these, my mom would say the same 5 dresses. Like, this is my life. But
I love you.
This is our opportunity to connect with you guys. So please feel free to ask us questions. And what we do is we try to keep it casual, but also the news of the day. But also you get to know us on a different level, and we get to know you on a different level too. So.
You will learn that Shari and I, like, cry laugh a lot. There's that, like, silent
wheeze. It's like a wheeze at this point.
And in fact, I believe that she may have put a screenshot of my ugly cry laugh.
I did
on our website.
Listen,
I'm like,
that's a great depiction. Somebody take a screenshot of that.
No.
We had a great conversation yesterday about our celebrity crushes. So if you weren't part of that conversation, you can go to our website, fox4now.com, go to Off Script, and you can see Amy's screenshot. Do it again so they know which one it is. Bam. And you can see this conversation there. It was pretty hilarious.
Lots of, like, triple chin action.
Yeah, from both of us, to be honest.
Yeah, she was talking about her crush, Michael Bolton. I can't get the video to move to the next thing. for some reason. So you know what?
We're just going to talk.
We're just talking.
Yeah.
So it was a heated meeting at Cape Coral City Council last night. And,
Coral.
that's not totally out of character for Cape Coral City Council
we've seen
meetings.
people taken out of Cape Coral City Council.
Yes, this is true. But last night in particular, it got pretty heated. They were talking about several different things. So first, I want to talk about this utility rate increase.
Yes.
So they decided to raise your water bill, your utility bill, I should say, in Cape Coral. It's going up.
40%.
They're saying because of the shortage of water, the wells in the area, the aquifers. So it's going up 40% on top of other utilities, and this is going to help to pay for a Charlotte County reservoir. The city bought that last October, so they're just trying to bring more water into the area.
Which is needed. I mean,
Sure.
we've covered those stories. We see you in Cape Coral, your comments, you message us and let us know. But at the same time, you're also telling us this is frustrating because it's already expensive to live, period.
Yeah.
But specifically in Cape Coral, the price has already gone up. And now people are like, what are you talking about, 40%?
I know. So they passed that, but another thing they were talking about that got people absolutely fired up was if you rent your home, meaning you're not a renter, like if you have a home and you rent it to people in Cape Coral right now, it's $35 to do the registration to rent your home out. And they're talking about increasing that fee by 1,600% to $600 a year.
That's insane.
Which I think for a lot of people who rent their homes out, that's going to be at least, that's a chunk.
That's a big difference.
That's a big chunk.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Yearly, too.
Yeah.
Not just a one-time fee. So anyway, that hasn't passed yet. That's just in discussions, but always something fun to talk about.
And staying in Cape Coral for a second, didn't we have a story also, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was Stephen Pimpo's story, people are trying to push for the mayor.
Yes.
Right?
Right. So obviously not everyone, but there were some people at the meeting last night that brought forward a petition to basically ask Mayor John Gunter to step down.
Wow.
And then after he did that, people were going to him and asking to sign that petition. I mean, obviously there are people in the city who are happy with the mayor. There are people who are unhappy.
Of course.
So I think he would need something like 7,000 signatures, if I
Okay.
remember correctly. You can go read the full story on fox4now.com. Stephen was there for the whole meeting. And like I said, it was heated.
Yeah, we've got the tea on the website.
This next story, I wish we had the video.
I know. First time on Facebook and our video's not working.
What? Oh, it says monitor status. That's not working. Okay, whatever. Sorry. We are having technical issues.
For those of you joining us on Facebook, if we look like we're talking off to the corner, you might not know that we have our producers in-house with us. So we have Neha.
Say hi.
Hello.
And we have
Allie.
Hi.
Hi. They're our producers, so they're the ones who come in extra early in the morning and put our newscast together and write everything and make it look beautiful.
That's right. And they also tell us when to keep going on the podcast and when to stop talking. So we're constantly talking to them throughout the podcast. So just so you know, we're not talking to the walls.
We're trying to get them microphones so they can
so you
chime
can
in.
hear them because they actually have a lot to say.
Yeah, they do. They're funny.
Yeah.
Funny. Anyway, so Lee County Domestic Animal Services is in the news.
Again.
Yeah, we have quite a few stories on them, actually. Our Ella Rhodes has been covering people's concerns with Lee County Domestic Animal Services for a while. You can look at all her stories when you go to the website. But this particular story, somebody found a cat, right? Okay, lost cat. Let me take the animal to Lee County Domestic Animal Services shelter.
Because that's what most people do.
LeeLostPets.com.
That's right.
Is the website.
That's right.
Okay, lost pet. No microchip, but you know what? Looks well cared for. Brings the cat. If it's microchipped, there is a 5-day holding period. Again, this cat was not microchipped.
The cat's name is Kevin.
Kevin, I know. Kevin's owner realizes Kevin's not home.
Right.
I'm gonna go check the shelter. I'm gonna go check on Kevin. Kevin was there for 1 hour and 52 minutes, and he was euthanized. So as you can imagine,
His owner.
is devastated.
Absolutely.
Very upset. So Ella went and talked to Commissioner Brian Hammond, who I actually went to high school with. Go Seahawks. And she spoke with him about, wait a second. I get he wasn't microchipped, but an hour and 52 minutes? What if you're at work?
That's right. Well, the owner said that's not even enough time to go grocery shopping.
For real?
Yeah.
So the commissioner asked them to come forward and give some examples of, ways they're going to look at changing this and do better. Because I think the reality is, yes, okay, a lot of animals are microchipped, but a lot aren't.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, at least a day. Come on, an hour and 52 minutes, and that poor Kevin baby was dead.
I know. It sounds like Kevin had something going on with his eye.
He did, but and that's again, sorry, our video's frozen, but whatever. You get to look at our faces. He had like a little eye issue, but he's had it since he was a kitten. She was showing us pictures, and since he was like,
Oh,
itty,
honey.
same
Yeah.
thing. Like the lid was almost sunken a little bit.
Okay.
So, but otherwise, like very well cared for, little spunky guy.
Yeah. Well, and I remember Lee County Domestic Animal Services saying he was euthanized because of the eye thing. They thought that, he had something going on, not knowing that he's had this his whole life. So that's no justification for them. We just want to make sure we show you both sides.
Yeah.
But
They're looking at their
it sounds
policies.
like, exactly. They're looking at their policies. And Commissioner Hammond said that he wants to hear from them during the next commission meeting.
Yep.
As far as like what their internal investigation, if you will, the results of that.
Yeah, Ella's all over this, so don't you worry. She's going to follow up for you. Another thing that we wanted to talk about.
We've been talking about a lot of animal stories recently.
It's like Fox 4 in your kennel.
That's really clever. I like that. Very nice.
We used to say that a lot.
I like that. But this one is an update because I know so many of you on social media have been talking about this bear hunt story. And we got an update from FWC yesterday, and it's kind of like essentially a green light.
They're moving forward with this bear hunt here in Florida.
Yep.
And it's been a minute since we've had one. It was like 2015. Yeah, last black bear hunt season was 2015.
Yeah.
So we'll find out if this really gets the full green light in August, but if so, we could see the next bear hunting season here in Florida as early as December. Now, it's like they're looking at a way to control the black bear population because it really has exploded. Back then in the mid 90s, like 94 is when they stopped black bear hunting being legal. And I think there was like in the hundreds as far as the number, and now there's like 4,000.
Yeah.
We are seeing more encounters with people and black bears, but typically nobody gets hurt.
Right. That's why, this first story of someone dying from a black bear, like really rocked. This is the first in the state, really rocked our world.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, we never hear of this.
Yeah. In a rural area in Jerome, Florida. But so anyway, it's still up for debate. The proposals are in. The final hearing will be sometime in August, and then we'll know for sure. But then obviously, I think you have to get like a permit, but we could be seeing black bear hunts here in Florida by the end of the year.
You know what else we could be seeing very soon?
What's that?
Actually, as of today?
What?
South Seas is making its big return post Ian.
Yeah, this is like
Look at the smile on your
grand
face. Let's go.
Listen, I know some people are going to hate on me. South Seas is just a place, like, since I was little, it's like a happy place for me.
Can I ask you why people would hate on you for that? Because I don't feel
Because there is some controversy surrounding, and I'm not saying one way or the other how I feel. I'm just saying, like, after Ian, they had a lot of damage. They're trying to build a hotel, and so they wanted to, and they proposed more density, more rooms.
Oh, yes.
Higher up.
Yes.
And people living on Captiva are like, no, we don't want that. Evacuation routes, not good for the environment.
That's right.
That is a separate issue. That goes in this box over here.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm talking about growing up in Southwest Florida.
100%.
And going to South Seas, and I don't know. When I get there, my blood pressure goes down, and I'm just like, oh. I did stay post-hurricane. It wasn't quite the same, so I will be interested
To see what it's like now.
to see what it's like.
They have new dining options. If you're on Facebook, if you go to their Facebook page, I was just looking at it before we came in here. They've got a video of all the new things that are going on there. And I'm a big proponent. I know you are too. And like, we're in Southwest Florida. We're supporting our local businesses. We're supporting people that have been here for a long time, legacy. So if that's a part of what you believe in too, South Seas is there, and they say their doors are wide open, ready for you to come on over and check them out.
Yeah, loving it. You know what else opens today? Epic Universe in Orlando, but you have to have an annual pass. You can buy tickets June 1st. I was looking at the map layout. I'm like, okay, I got to go here.
Yeah, we're talking about, isn't it 5
worlds?
5 worlds, including Super Nintendo World here in Florida. Finally, I'm so excited about that. We're theme park people. We should
are
tell
theme
them
park people, yeah.
we're theme park people, and so we're going. Also, though, we do need to say that it's only open for pass holders right now.
Right. June 1st is
the
when you
big
can buy
day.
the single day or multi-day tickets. So
Yeah.
like all us normal folks.
Right. We going on June 1st.
Well, I'm not going on June 1st. Did you see the line? I saw it on social media today. They were there like 5 hours early lining up
We're
with
not
their
going on
cars.
June
Like,
1st.
beep, beep, I'm here.
Maybe we'll get there next year then
Yeah.
at that point.
I'm thinking like, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyhow, I think we're going to wrap her up a little early because we don't have anything to show people. But you were telling me about a story you were fascinated by a news anchor in New York. What happened?
If you went into labor
Oh, dear.
on the desk, what would you do? And let me ask you something.
Push.
This is
Just kidding.
this is before the newscast actually started, like right before. Okay, would you be like, "Hey, I'm out. You know what? I'm having this baby. I'm going to the
yeah.
hospital," or would you be like, "I'm going to push through because I love the people. I'm dedicated to the people, and they need their news in the morning."
Did her water break or something?
The water broke.
So she's like, wow, that's dedication.
So there's this news anchor in I want to say, I'm just going to say New York, and she literally her water broke. It's today Thursday, yesterday morning, and
she did the newscast?
she did the newscast. But you know what we were talking about? That's some girl power too. Like,
Girls are amazing.
wow, you did what, girl? Because if it was me, I'd have been like, y'all got to figure this out. I'm out, you know,
I've clearly never had a baby on
on air.
air. The craziest thing I've done on air, during my pregnancies, I was very sick. So there was a lot of puking in the trash can and commercial breaks.
Wow.
But that wasn't even the worst.
Yeah, tell me
The worst was like, I was deathly ill. And it hit me. It must have been like food poisoning or something. It wasn't like the flu.
Okay.
And it hit me probably like 45 minutes before the newscast started. But this was way back in the day.
Okay.
And I think I was the weekend anchor back then. No, maybe I was the evening anchor and someone was off. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Either way, I was alone that night.
Stop.
So like show's about to start and I'm like, like it's coming out both ends.
Yeah.
And I literally was shaking. I didn't know what I was going to do. So I was like, I just need to get through each block of news. And then I had to go get sick and I ended up going home. But
Can we just be clear? Each block of news means you managed to do the newscast, even though you were like sweating at this point.
Oh, yeah.
And then handle the business after.
See, but your body's an amazing thing. When you know you have to do something, you're just like,
You power through and you do it.
and especially girls.
Yeah, that's right.
Girl power.
All day.
All day.
Also, I just want to say that really is, this really here is like, it's been a tough morning and this is part of how we cope. So Amy brought our snacks from the snack shack
We have a snack shack.
just to show you. Shout out to our chief engineer, Bill. He made the snack shack.
Okay. I don't think that's PC.
It's
However-
okay. I only made that face because I'm jealous because you already have your summer body. I'm working on my summer body.
Quiet. These are, what do you call them? Sour Patch watermelons. Okay. This is why I'll never be skinny because you go in the snack shack, there's Pop-Tarts.
We got everything.
Cheese, you got Swedish fish.
Let's
you even got
go,
the little
Bill.
scooper so nobody's nasty little grubby fingers touch it.
It's like we're at Sprouts.
You're not supposed to eat on TV, nor should you chew in a podcast mic.
Just, yeah. Back up. Yeah, there we go.
Either way.
Anyway, we are jumping off a little early. Just so you know, if this is your first time joining our podcast, we normally do go a little longer.
We usually have things to show you.
Yeah, but unfortunately, we're just here today, but we're glad you're joining us. You can join us again. Is today Thursday? This is the second time I've asked that. It's telling you where I am mentally. Next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Facebook, YouTube, our app, the Fox 4 app, and on our website, fox4now.com. For all the times I've said that in my life, I almost forgot the website.
Are you into ASMR?
Shut up!
Because I can chew louder if you want me to.
Can we? No. Can we? And it's like in my head. Please stop the live.
Bye, guys.